Now, here's another set of 4 examples. And I'm going to do these all 4, and I'm actually not going to do them. But again, we've talked about given triangles. And then we talked about given constraints, right? Or we talked about, when you're given a triangle, find the 6 trigonometric functions. When you're given an equation, create the triangle, and then find the 6 trigonometric functions. Then we did, given an equation and a constraint, create the triangle, find the 6 trigonometric functions. The last thing that was, again, this is all in quiz 1. So if you guys want to go back to quiz 1, you see all these types of problems around there. The last type of problem that you could have had, though, is if I gave you a point. Now, I taught Algebra 1. And when I taught Algebra 1, all my students knew how to plot coordinate points. So I'd expect the same thing from you guys. If you guys see a coordinate point, it might be in your best interest to at least plot that point and kind of get a visual idea of where that point is, and then to see how that can help you evaluate your 6 trigonometric functions. So I'll graph these or plot them. OK. Right? Yes? No, 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 no. OK. Now, if we're looking for our evaluating our 6 trigonometric functions, one thing we know that we got to create our triangle, right? We got to have side lengths and our hypotenuse. So the easiest thing that I would recommend doing is creating a point directly to the origin, which is going to create our central angle, also our reference angle here, and then drawing a vertical line, which is now going to create a right triangle. And now, based on this information, if this is 2 and this is 4, I could use the Pythagorean theorem here to give me square root of 18. Quick little side note. Oh, wait, square root of 20, sorry. Quick little side note. We know that on a multiple choice test, we're not going to see the square root of 20 as an answer. It's going to be simplified, correct? So therefore, we're going to want to make sure we know how to simplify radicals. Oh, don't worry. Remember I gave you guys that nice little worksheet to practice on all those? Right? Fun. Yes, I know. It was really fun. But it wasn't really supposed to be fun. It was meant to make sure that you guys feel comfortable simplifying radicals, not step by step like I'm doing here, but that you can do them in your head, and it's not taking you 5 minutes to figure it out. And then also, so that you get, as long as you know what the problem is, you're getting the problem right because you know what you're doing, not because you made a mistake on something you should have learned in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. Right? Now, again, I know sometimes you guys forgot it. That's why I gave you guys those problems, though, to practice that stuff. So again, we would see this as 2 radical 5, which in this type of triangle is going to be simplified a lot. But anyways, I don't want to get too far into this. I just want you guys to see how to create these triangles. Again, making sure you guys are creating the triangles as a central angle is what is important, because these are all these reference angles that we've been using this whole year. OK? Well, let's put a 2 there, make that a -2. But I want you guys to see how the side lengths all are going to give you different trigonometric functions because they're all positive or negative, right? So it really doesn't matter where your coordinate point is. So just don't assume that, oh, it's 2 and 4, I'm just going to create my point. Like each one of these are in a different quadrant, which is going to change different trigonometric functions, right? And then on a multiple choice test, if it's just the only difference between 2 answers is a negative, like that could be it. Like, one's right, one's wrong. So make sure when you have a coordinate point to create your triangle, so therefore you can evaluate the sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, cotangent, so on and so forth. But do you guys see how I drew my triangles? And again, I did not draw my triangle like this. I don't know where this showed up. I don't know where that came from. But don't do it like that. We're always creating with the central angle, the vertex at the origin.
That looks like a boat.
Yeah. OK. All right, that's about it as far as I have for kind of instruction.